before that, we have a very special speaker that will be speaking to us. I'll announce him in just a minute. Before we move on to the speaker, though, a couple of brief announcements. First of all, we have a stall over here for Moriah jewelry. In honor of the 50th year of reunification of Yerushalayim, there's a wonderful cooperation between the OU and Moriah. For those who don't know, Moriah is a collection of unique jewelry that combines for the first time the stones from Har HaBayit, from the Temple Mount sifting projects, together with beautiful gems, diamonds and gold. And you can buy and get a Moriah piece here and become something of an ambassador of Yerushalayim. Every single purchase that happens assists the Temple Mount sifting project. More about that from the stall. And there's also a raffle. At the end of this evening, we will be drawing a raffle for 2 pieces from the Moriah stall here. So we encourage people, please, to fill out the raffle tickets, put your name down, fill it out. We'll be drawing the raffle at the end of the evening. In addition to tonight's raffle for 2 pieces, there will be another raffle on Thursday nights. Rav Shechter, who is here with us this evening, will be speaking on Thursday evening at the OU Israel Center at 8 p.m. And after Rav Shechter's shiur, there will be another draw of the raffle of another 5 pieces of the jewelry from Moriah. So we'd like to encourage you to fill out the raffle tickets, and tonight there'll be 2 pieces drawn, and Be'ezrat Hashem on Thursday there'll be another 5. 2 more announcements before we move in. We'll be seeing a little movie in a minute about the Moriah jewelry. We have another stand over here for Camp Dror. For those who are not familiar with Camp Dror, this is a wonderful opportunity for young people to go on an amazing summer camp in Eretz Yisrael. The people on the stand will be happy to give you more information. Some of you may have seen that wonderful banner that we put on the outside of the OU Israel Center addressed to a person who was here visiting Yerushalayim this week. That made the rounds, but you can certainly get more information from the Camp Dror stand. I'd like to also ask you, please, to turn off your phones. There will be ample opportunity to call people at the end of the evening, so please turn off your phones so that we can remember to do that now. So in the few minutes before our first speaker, we'll be seeing a short movie about the Moriah jewelry pieces, and then we'll be able to start off the evening. For those of you who don't have the Ma'ariv books, we have a very special celebratory Ma'ariv here. There are books available at the back there. If anyone didn't get them, we'll bring a few more round, and hopefully we'll all have one.
אנחנו אנשים חדורי אמונה. האמונה מובילה אותנו. האמונה זה דבר שנותן איזושהי פרספקטיבה איפה שהחושים נגמרים. וזה אחד הדברים היפים בעולם. שצריך להאמין, שאתה מאמין, יש את ההצלחה באמונה ויש את האכזבות באמונה. אבל צריכה להיות אמונה. מאוד מאוד מצא חן בעיניי העניין. קודם כל ששומרים ורואים את ההיסטוריה, הם מחפשים. ואז שאלתי מה אפשר לעשות עם האבנים, ומיד נדלקתי ואמרתי, זה בדיוק מה שאני רוצה, לשלב תכשיט עם האבן הזאת.
few people were asking whether we're going to be sitting outside all evening. I'm very pleased to tell you that we won't be sitting outside all evening. As soon as we finish Mariv, which will begin at about 7:45, we're all going to be going upstairs into a nice warm auditorium where the concert will begin. But before we get to Mariv, we have a very special speaker, and I'd like to introduce him now. Our first speaker for the evening said about himself that every rabbi gets to coin one memorable line in his writings, and he said that his special line was, if you want to speak to God, then you go to the Kotel. But if you want to see him, you go to the Shuk Machane Yehuda. It is no surprise that these very beautiful words were written by Rabbi Shalom Gold, a visionary and inspirational leader of religious Zionism for many decades. In that one beautiful line, Rabbi Gold expresses the incredible miracle of Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, responding with joy and bounty to the return of her children. In addition to his strong leadership, Rabbi Gold has also been a staunch defender of religious Zionist values, and Baruch Hashem, his vigor and his passion have not dimmed over the years, and we wish him every blessing to go from strength to strength. The OU Israel Center is very privileged to have Rabbi Gold as Dean of the Avram Silver College, and it is an honor and a pleasure to ask him to give us some opening words of bracha this evening. B'vakasha, Rabbi Gold.
The past 70 years have been the era of the unbelievable in Jewish history. What happened and the pace at which it happened defies our ability to understand it. On the 28th of Iyar, 1967, at his first visit to the Kotel after 19 years, Rabbi Aryeh Levine, the Tzaddik HaYerushalmi, said, B'shuv Hashem et Shivat Zion hayinu kecholnim. When God brought us back, we were like dreamers. In a dream, events that take a long time to transpire in real life happen in seconds. What hadn't happened in 2,000 years was happening swiftly, quickly, event following event. David HaMelech goes on to say over there, Shuva Hashem et Shvitenu, bring back our captivity, Ka'afikim ba'Negev. Like the rivers of the Negev, the Afikim ba'Negev come suddenly, swiftly. Out of the Negev come a torrent of water. So it was in those 6 glorious days 50 years ago. It's a mitzvah to tell our children and our grandchildren what has happened here in the last 70 years. It's a mitzvah. It's a mitzvah lehitbonein b'chazdei Hashem, to study God's kindness, his outpouring of goodness to his people. It can even be done in pictures. I love pictures. Pictures tell a story. When you see a picture of a little boy holding his hands up in surrender, we know that's the Shoah. The picture that has even greater impact on me. Long lines of Jews after the war, walking across Europe, going by foot over the Alps, trudging in the snow to get to the Mediterranean and maybe get onto some unseaworthy boat that will bring them to Eretz Yisrael. And then, of course, the iconic picture of all, Chavchet Iyar, the three paratroopers. That's a story of 70 years. Now, in 1947, who would have believed that a small, mortally wounded, bleeding people, who the entire world thought were now making finally their exit from history, walking off the stage of history, would, through divine inspiration, assistance, and guidance, rise to create a state and ultimately to become a world power. It's unbelievable. It staggers the imagination. I was zeichet to come to Yerushalayim for the first time in 1955, 62 years ago. Yerushalayim was always beautiful. It always had a charm unparalleled in the world. But there was a painful pallor, a cloud that hung over the city. There was an ugly equation in the world. There were two cities in the world that had a wall going through them like a knife in the heart. Berlin, the capital of darkness, death, destruction, evil, and lahavdil, Elef Alfei Alofim Havdolot, Yerushalayim Yer HaKodesh, the city of light, of life, of God's divine presence, sanctity, holiness. I remember praying then, someday let the wall of Yerushalayim come down before the wall of Berlin. And it happened on Chavchet Iyar. Who would have believed in 1955, who would have believed that in 6 glorious days it would all change so dramatically? There are many of us here who remember May of 1967, the growing fear, the tension that gripped world Jewry as the noose becomes tighter around Eretz Yisrael. The Straits of Tiran are cut off. All planes stop flying to Eretz Yisrael. Only El Al, the only opening to the world. When the Straits of Tiran closed, I had that feeling, Min ha-meitzar karosi ka, from the straits I called out unto God. And we didn't know then, Ononi bamer chavyo, that the answer would come, that God would answer us in the width and the breadth of this entire country. There's a story I love. I like it. I was in Toronto at the time. So what did we do in Chutz La'aretz? We were very worried. The whole Jewish world was worried. It was a period of real anxiety to a point that it was becoming fear. And so what do Jews in Chutz La'aretz know how to do? They know how to do two things: pray and give money. So here I was in Toronto, and I saw a little item in the newspaper. I never forgot it. A fellow went into his bank to ask his bank manager for a loan. Bank manager asks him, "What do you want the loan for?" He said, "I want to give money to Israel." He said, "We're a bank. We don't give money for that." "Well, what do you give money for?" "Well, you want to buy a car? We'll lend you money. You want to buy a house? We'll lend you money. You want to do home improvements? We'll give you money." Man turns to the manager and says, "I want a home improvement loan." And he got it. Yesh kaina olamo b'shah achat. one can acquire his world in 1 hour. I don't know. I thought of my own pshat. The Rambam refers to the Rabbeinu Shalom, God himself, as the Yesh. The very opening of the Rambam mitzvah, Leidash Yesh Shom Motzu Yidishom. There is one who exists. Yesh Kona Olamo. God acquired his world, his people, his land in one glorious hour at the beginning of the 6th-day war. The time had come, Ato Tokum Terachem Zion. God arose, and his mercy was upon Zion. Eit Lechen, another time for God to find grace in this city. Kivon Moed, the time had come. And with it, when the time comes, it waits for nothing. And in those hours at the beginning of the 6th-day war, God wrought miracles that he has been doing for us ad hayom hazeh. Can't imagine the blessing in this country, but the one thing that I keep pointing out to my children and to my grandchildren, I don't know, this grabs me. There are 60 million refugees in the world today. You understand there isn't a single Jew in the world who's a refugee? For 1900 years, we were the refugees. My parents were refugees. My grandparents were refugees. For 69 years, not a single Jew in the world is without a home. When was that ever true in our entire history? So here it is. We have a great deal to be thankful for, a great deal to say Shevach v'hodoya leRabbeinu to the Rabbeinu Shalom for everything that is done for us. I think people forget. Here it was before the 6th-day war. Naomi Shemer said it best. A city that dwells alone, and in it midst there's this ugly wall. She's describing the city of Eicha, the city of Yirmiyahu, and then in those glorious 6 days it becomes the city of Yeshayahu. But more than that, for me also, Modim de Rabbanan, I think we say it very quickly, and not many people think about it, but that Modim de Rabbanan has become extremely significant. Modim anachnu lach, shehechitanu v'kiyamtanu. Rabbeinu Shalom, you kept us alive and we're here. We are here in Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh, celebrating 50 years of the liberation and unification of this city. What a tremendous simcha this is, and a schus for us all. Shehechitanu v'kiyamtanu, you kept us alive. Here we are, and we're able to celebrate it. About 3 weeks after the establishment of the State of Israel, I graduated elementary school. You can make all the calculations you want, it's okay with me. I graduated Yeshiva Torah V'das in Williamsburg. Now, at the graduation, I recited a poem. It's now, how many? 62? Okay, it's about 70 years since I recited the poem publicly last. And I'm going to recite part of it right now here. And with that, open the celebrations of Yom Yerushalayim. What a schus. Haidul Hashem ki tov ki liolam chazdo. The name of the poem is The Eternal Riddle. It was written by P.M. Raskin in 1914. For 70 years, I didn't know what the PM stood for, and I decided if I'm going to recite it here, then I had better find out what it stands for. Philip Max Raskin. Here goes. Israel, my people, God's greatest riddle. Will thy solution ever be told? Fought, never conquered, bent, never broken, mortal, immortal, youthful, though old. Egypt enslaved thee, Babylon crushed thee, Rome led thee captive, homeless thy head. Where are those nations mighty and fearsome? Thou hast survived them, they are long dead. Nations keep coming, nations keep going, passing like shadows, wiped off the earth. Thou an eternal witness remainest, bearing a message, God is but one. You are the one, watching their burial, watching their birth. Prithee, who taught thee never to die? Israel, my people, God's greatest riddle. And here it is, 70 or 69 years later. Who would have believed what that little state of 1948 would become 69 years later, a world power in nearly every area of endeavor. This is only because of the outpouring of the Rebbeinu Hashem's blessing to this country. We owe him a great debt of gratitude. Zahayom Osadinai Nogila v'nismecha bo, but we always remember. After we say that, we realize and we understand that there are forces of evil in the world arrayed against us. And therefore, immediately after we say that, we say, Ona Hashem Oshiana, Ona Hashem Hatzlichana. The Rebbeinu Hashem is listening. He's been listening to us for 69 years. The Rebbeinu Hashem has given us blessing like our grandparents, great-grandparents could only have hoped. Whatever was Nevuah 70 years ago is today reality. We're living the fulfillment of the words of the Nevi'im. So it's time for us to celebrate the Leiv Nefesh with a full heart. Rabotai, Yom Yerushalayim Sameach.
Thank you very, very much indeed to Rabbi Gold for those inspirational and stirring words. We look forward to celebrating Yom Yerushalayim and many other smachot be'ezrat Hashem with you for many, many years to come. I'd like to make a couple of announcements before we move into Ma'ariv. First of all, people should know that this evening is being broadcast live on Arutz Sheva and also on the OU Israel website. So if the camera comes around, give us a smile, and your relatives all over the world will see you here. And I'd like to move now into inviting our special chazan for Ma'ariv. It's a great pleasure for the second year to invite none other than Yitzchak Meir to lead us in a festive Ma'ariv, which we're going to celebrate here outside. And after Ma'ariv, I'll make a few announcements and we'll go inside and begin the program. Bavakasha, Yitzchak Meir, we're very excited to have you here. Chag Sameach.
מעלות לדוד. שמחתי באומרים לי בית אדוני נלך, עומדות היו רגלינו בשערייך ירושלים, ירושלים הבנויה כעיר שחוברה לה יחדיו, ששם עלו שבטים שבטיה עדות לישראל להודות לשם אדוני, כי שם ישבו כיסאות למשפט, כיסאות לבית דוד, שעלו שלום ירושלים, ישאלו אוהבי, יהי שלום לחילך, שלווה בארמנותיי, למען החי ורע, למען החי ורע, שלום בך למען בית אדוני אלוהינו אבק שטוב לך תהיי נה 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 ירושלים הרים סביב על נאי סביב למומת הבנלם כאילו עכשיו בדרך של גורל הצדיק ממעלה תבנאי תמול רשום ימדם תנמו לכוון את פועלי האוויר שלום לישראל שרם עלי אשר גודרן הולך מגקה פרק תוכל שתך כגפן פרי עבר כתבי תך בנרגש של איזה איתם סביב שבת אחים גם יחד כשמן הטוב על הראש יורד על הזקן זקן הארון שיורד על פי מידותיו כטל חרמון שיורד על הררי ציון כי שם ציווה אדוני את הברכה חיים עד עולם שיר המעלות הנה ברכו את אדוני כל עבדי אדוני העומדים בבית אדוני בלילות שאו ידיכם קודש וברכו את אדוני יברכך אדוני מציון עושה שמיים וארץ מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה הירב לך שפר בעמק הבכה והוא יחבור עלייך חברה זה היום עשה מעפר קומי לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי על יד בן אישה בית הלחמי קורבה אל נפשי גאה זה היום תבומושי ולא בומותיקה אבל מי תשתוכחי ומטבמי רכסו אני יבמי ונבנתה אני יגלתי לה וזה היום עשה אדוני נגילה ונשמחה בו זה היום עשה אדוני נגילה ונשמחה בו והיונים שיסה שלום בו סבתיך ורחקו כל מבלעיך יחווה בסיס עלייך אלוה אבדיך כי משוש חתן על כלה זה היום עשה אדוני נגילה ונשמחה בו זה היום עשה אדוני נגילה ונשמחה בו ים ובמים ושמאל תהי יפרובוצי ואת אדוני תם המריצי על יד איש ובבן פברצי ונשמחה ונגילה אי זה היום עשה אדוני נגילה ונשמחה בו זה היום עשה אדוני נגילה ונשמחה בו תידה הנה איי איי מה נה נה מה נה איי נה איי איי ta-da-da-da me ay-da-da-da ay-ay-yam ta-da-da-da-ma-da-da ay-da-da-da ay-ay-yam ay-ay-yam ti-di-di-ha שערים לא משנה עיתים מחליפת הזמנים וסדר את הגורם שמרתם ברקיע כרצונו ומעביר יום ומביא להווילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ואין ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב הרבים אהבת עולם בית ישראל המרחבת תורה מצוות ומשפטים אותנו לימדת נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתם ונבד כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו ובהם נגיע יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לאהוב עולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל אדוני אלוהינו לכם פנפתי לבבכם ושכת הממתים למחיר משך וזמם חרף אלוהיני מחמוץ עכשיו ובטוח נצאו לו ניסן לכם זבתם מזדמרה יהילה על לבבכם ועל נפשכם וקשחתם מסם לזלכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת ונע כל זאת וגם עלינו כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו זלם טוב אנחנו ישראל עמו הפרדנו מיד מלחם אלכנו גלם כף כל הארצים הנפרע לנו מצרינו שנלכו לבי נפשנו העושה גדולות עדין חקר ונפלאות עדין מספר עשם נפשנו בחיים ולא נתן למות רגלינו ומדריכנו על במות אויבינו בערם קרנו לכל שונאינו העושה המסים נקמה בפרות זאת ומופתים מעט מעט בני חמם המכה בעברתו כל בחורי מצרים מועצה את עמו ישראל מתוכם לחירות עולם המעביר בניו בין גזרי ים סוף את רודפיהם וצונאיהם בתהומות טיבם וראו בניו גבורתו שיבחו והודו לשמו ומלכותו ברצו קיבלו מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה אלי ענו ואמרו ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב הגיע לו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל ישראל אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ויעמידנו מלכנו לך אתה. שמור צאתנו ואין לכם לשלום מעתה ועד עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני שומר עמי ישראל. ידגה באדם ויתקדש ויעלמני ברכירותי וימליך מלכותי בחבמה יכבונו ויומך וחיי לכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי דקודש לך בריך לילה מן כל חטא ושירת אהבה תושבך אתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה וימרו אמן. ויתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ועלמה דברה חיותי והמליך מלכותי וחייכון ומכון וחי לכל בית ישראל ועגלה ובזמן קריבים רו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי אבא ועלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה את שמי לקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה ושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן ויתקבל צלו ובהותו ובהותו דכל ישראל קודם אהבו בישמע ויה ונמירו בו אמן יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחבה מים אבל עדינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן ועושה שבה לו בימנו במה ונעשה שבה לו במה עלינו לפי אהבה ועל כבוד ישראל ואמרו אמן נאי 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 עלינו לשבח להדור ובונקות זה יוצר בראשית ואנחנו קוראים משתחווים ועומדים לפני מלך הקדוש ברוך הוא שנוטה שמיים ויעשה את הארץ ועוד על כן יקבל אחד מזרע להעביר מן הארץ נאמר באדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד הנני מוכן ומזומן הנני מוכן ומזומן הנני מוכן ומזומן מצוות עשה לקיים מצוות עשה כמו שכתוב בתורה שבע שבתות מימות תהיינה אדם חייבת לשבת שפסוכים של מוכן של נביא נורא אדוני אלוהינו עלינו ומעשה ידינו כונן עלינו מעשה ידינו כוננהו
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על ספירת העומר היום 43 יום שהם 6 שבועות ויום אחד לא בהם
לשם אהבה בירושלים הבנויה, לשם אהבה, לשם אהבה בירושלים הבנויה, לשם אהבה, לשם אהבה בירושלים, אוי לשם אהבה בירושלים, לשם אהבה בירושלים הבנויה, לשם אהבה, בירושלים הבנויה, בירושלים הבנויה, לשם אהבה בירושלים, לשם אהבה בירושלים, לשם אהבה, לשם אהבה בירושלים הבנויה, לשם אהבה בירושלים.
רבה ליצחק מאיר, זה שמחה לשמוע אותך, נשמע עוד במשך הלילה בעזרת השם. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Yitzhak Meir. We will now proceed up to the auditorium. The entrance to the auditorium is through the archway. You can see to the left-hand side. There are steps up to the auditorium, and there is a small elevator for those who need an elevator. Please, if you need the elevator, you're welcome to use it. But if you do not need the elevator, please, if you can possibly take the steps, that will be much better because the elevator is very small. Please remember to fill in your raffle on the way in the Moriah stand. You can quickly fill it in to win your 2 special pieces later this evening. Let us proceed as quickly as possible to the auditorium. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
As we heard from Rabbi Gold, this is the day that was made possible by Hashem, and we will rejoice and we will celebrate in it. It is with enormous thanks to God that we stand here tonight, energized, excited, full of simcha of the opportunity to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Yom Yerushalayim, the reunification of Jerusalem, as the eternal capital of the Jewish people. We're also deeply and forever grateful to those many, many people who sacrificed so much in so many ways to make it possible for us to reach this wonderful moment. And we are so appreciative of the thousands of tremendous men and women who serve today in Tzahal, the IDF, and other security services who work so hard to keep us safe and secure. Harav Yor Ben Nun, one of the great Jewish thinkers of our times, and of course, one of the paratroopers who captured Har HaBayit for the Jewish people 50 years ago today, has said that the ingathering of the Jewish diaspora in our times is one of the greatest miracles ever in the long history of the Jewish people. And we pray every month for the ingathering of the exiles, but then we add Chaverim Kol Yisrael, because the ingathering will not be effective unless the Jewish people are unified, and this unity can be most deeply achieved by Yerushalayim Habnuyah. As David HaMelech says, Yerushalayim Habnuyah Ki'ir Shechubra La Yachdav, Jerusalem we built, a city which joins together. And as the Talmud Yerushalmi explains in Chagiga, Ir She'oseh et Kol Yisrael Chaverim. Yerushalayim makes the Jewish people into Chaverim. So welcome all tonight, to all who are here in person and to all who are watching live around the world. Chaverim together, who are united by our love of God, our love of the Jewish people, and our love of Yerushalayim. It is our very great pleasure to open our special celebration tonight with music from one of the great musicians, songwriters, and performers of our community. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shlomo Katz.
ואף על פי שהתמהמה עם כל זה, אחכה לו בכל שיבוא. ואף על פי שהתמהמה עם כל זה, אחכה לו בכל שיבוא. בכל יום עם כל זה, אחכה לו בכל יום. אני בכל יום עם כל זה, אחכה בכל יום שיבוא. אני la 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 da di da 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 di da 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 di da da di da di da da di da di da 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 do 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 bechol yom בכל יום שיבוא. אני בכל יום שיבוא. בכל יום שיבוא. אני תודה רבה. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What a way to enter this holy day. It's a chag, it's a yantiv, it's a chol hamoed, whatever you want to call it. It's just real, and it's all happening mamish right here. I want to thank everyone, each and every one of you, for coming out, making it so special, and obviously to this wonderful stage filled with beautiful musicians who you'll be hearing from the rest of the night as well. They don't really understand English, so I'll tell them afterwards how nice I spoke about them. Oy, loy, loy, loy. Oy, 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 oy. Da da dee da, oy, oy, oy. Da da dee da 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 da. Da da dee da da dee da. Da da dee da da dee da. Da da dee da da da. Oh. One of my favorite teachings from the Rebbe of Mozhitz. As much as Mozhitz is known for the rich world of nigunim of Jewish music, the Torahs from Mozhitz, filled with fire, filled with depth, filled with meaning. Yerushalayim, the Mozhitz Rebbe says, we refer to Yerushalayim as Ir HaKodesh, the holy city. But in Hebrew, everyone knows that the word Ir, which we know as city, also means something else. Ir comes from the language lehit orer, Ir, to wake up. Ir HaKodesh. Look what Yerushalayim did for us for 2,000 years. For 2,000 years, all it took was for us to think about Yerushalayim, was to mention it in Shemona Esrei. And that was enough to leha'ir takdusha, to awaken the holiness that's inside of us. No matter where we were, Los Angeles, Rome, Johannesburg, St. Paulo, doesn't matter where you were. A Jew thought about Yerushalayim. Suddenly he woke up. And now we're home. Now we're home. Now we're home. But there's still a little bit of work of to arouse, to awaken the Kedusha that's still waiting to come out strong and shine throughout the world. ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים. On this Yom Yerushalayim, we should be privileged for it to be a day of such deep tefillah, that which might still be schluffing inside of us in the schluss of coming back to Yerushalayim should lehit orer, should wake up forever. If you don't know it, please sing with us as well. ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים. ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים. תחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים. תחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים. Join us. We could do much better. Like we mentioned before, for all those years in Galut, we davened that hopefully it would happen in our days, that we should witness to see it. Bimheira b'yameinu. But I heard the most amazing pshat from Reb Shlomo Carlebach, Baruvnei Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh b'yameinu b'yameinu. He says that when you say the words b'yameinu b'yameinu, it's not enough just to say that it should happen in my days. B'yameinu, he says, it should happen with my days. That my days should be filled with the actual rebuilding of Yerushalayim. Being Jews in 2017 is really not a spectator sport. Not at all. It's mamish doing and rebuilding Yerushalayim in our days, with our days. And that's probably why, for me, this evening takes on a whole new meaning. Knowing that I have something to do with the OU and Leil Yom Yerushalayim, people that are rebuilding Yerushalayim every single day, beyodim uveshelo yodim. You know, there are a lot of people that they let you know about what they do. And what social media is a very big thing today. Whenever anyone does something nice, they run to show to the world. Then you have people that they're too busy. Maybe they're not so big on social media because there's another mitzvah, there's another rebuilding of Yerushalayim has to take place. The little that I know that OU is involved with the rebuilding of Yerushalayim. It's a humbling privilege to be here with you in their name. So I thank you for that opportunity. And I want to give a big bracha to my dear Chaver, my Yedid Nefesh, Rabbi Berman, Yemala Hashem Kol Mishalos Libcha Letova, and to the whole staff. You should have the koyach to feel, to the energy to remember Beyameinu with our days.
Oyu b'nei Yerushalayim, o b'nei Yerushalayim, ila goynesh b'meira. O b'nei Yerushalayim, o b'nei Yerushalayim, ila goynesh b'meira. Oyu b'nei Yerushalayim, o b'nei Yerushalayim, ila goynesh b'meira. Oyu b'nei Yerushalayim, o b'nei Yerushalayim, ila goynesh b'meira.
Thank you so much. Toda rabba.
Thank you so much to Shlomo Katz. We'll be seeing you a little bit more in a few minutes, and we look forward to that very much. We're very happy to have with us this evening the presidents of the OU Israel, Tzvi Sand and his wife Tamara. Welcome very much. We're honored you're here, and we're going to see now a video with some wishes and interesting thoughts from Tzvi. Bevakasha.
Welcome to the Yom Yerushalayim celebration of the OU Israel. I'm standing here 50 meters from OU Israel, the largest English-speaking Torah institution in the world. And I'm so privileged to be the president of the OU, and on the 50th year of the freedom of Yerushalayim, the liberation of the city, and I feel myself unbelievably fortunate to be living at this time. Me, myself, I came on Aliyah 50 years ago, and just a year after Shechru Yerushalayim. And it can't be by coincidence that Chazal tell us, Berov Tvuot Bekoach Shor. Berov Tvuot Koach Shor. Koach Shor is Kafchet Shor. Shor is the month of Iyar. And this day was already known to be a tremendous day in Malchut Israel. We're in the 7th week of the Sfirah, the Malchut. The whole world looks at this city. If you ask any kid walking in any city in the world, what's the most famous city in the world? Everyone will say Jerusalem. It's the oldest city. It's a city that every nation and every religion wanted to have a part in and a place in. If you look at the atlas, where is Israel and where is Yerushalayim, you'll see that Jerusalem is exactly in the center of the whole world. That's why everyone in the world looks up to us, wants to be here. Every king wanted to have a palace here, wanted to have a place here. En balanes makir b'niso. We can't even appreciate what a miracle Hashem made for us, that we are living in Yerushalayim 2017 under a Jewish sovereign and a Jewish police and army. And we could walk around, and we're 5 minutes away from the Kotel, and we're 2 minutes away from the Israel Center. The Israel Center that brings so much good to Am Yisrael. I realize the miracle that I'm living in, and I feel so happy to celebrate with you Yom Yerushalayim 2017, Tafshin Ayin Zayin. Mazal Tov Lekulanu, Ze Hayom Asa Hashem Nagila V'Nishmecha Bo.
Thank you to Tzvi, and may we be zocher to celebrate many more smachot together. Many people are aware that much press coverage has been given over the last week to a visit to Israel of a well-known leader of the American people. And if you're not aware, you should be. However, unlike the media, we are acutely aware that the true leaders of the Jewish community are those who wear Keter Torah, the crown of the Torah, our senior poskim and Talmidei Chachamim. We're very honored to have with us tonight Rav Hershel Schachter. Rav Hershel Schachter is the senior posek of OU Kosher and the Rosh Yeshiva, of course, of Yeshiva University, where he joined the faculty there 50 years ago in 1967 as the youngest Rosh Yeshiva. When Rav Avram Yitzchak Kook, visited the United States in 1924, he spoke at Rietz, the Rabbi Isaac Elchanan Theological Seminary, which later, of course, became a Yeshiva University. And Rav Kook predicted nearly 100 years ago, even then, that the Jewish people would be led by the great partnership of the Jewish communities in Eretz Yisrael and the Jewish community in the United States of America. And that partnership is embodied very clearly in the wonderful work of OU Israel, and it is our great pleasure and honor and privilege to invite Harav Schachter to give us some divrei bracha this evening.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Chag Sameach. I have 9 children, and they're all married. They all have their own children, and each one got married in a different location. One of our children got married in Yerushalayim. So when you write a ksuba, you always have to figure out what the correct spelling is. Yerushalayim should be an easy spelling. So I saw that Rav Herzog has a collection of tshuvas called Heichal Yitzchak. He has a tshuva about the correct spelling of Yerushalayim. So he points out that the name Yerushalayim appears in Tanakh over 650 times. And it's always spelled chaser, missing the second yud, except for 3 cases. The 3 psukim in Tilim where it's spelled malay, all the other times it's spelled chaser. And he says the minig always was that when you write a ksuba or a get in Yerushalayim, you write it chaser. What is this all about? So Rav Herzog quotes from the Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda has a sefer on Gemara Brachas that's called Tzion L'Nefesh Chaya. It has nothing to do with Tzion. I think his mother pissed that his mother's name was Chaya, so he wanted to make a memorial to his mother, so he called it Tzion. the Tzlach and Brachas and Daf Nun Ches. So the Tzlach gives the following explanation. We have a pasuk in the end of Bishalach in connection with Milchemes Amalek. Amalek started up with the Jewish people. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us a mitzvah, Mochatim Chezech Amalek. That's in Chumash Dvarim. We have to wage war against Amalek. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu promises, Kiyor al Keis Ko, he swears by his throne, that he's going to have a Milchama b'Amalek midor dori. Mocha em Chezech Amalek. He's going to destroy Amalek. So the pasuk says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu swore by his throne, Kiyod al Keis Ko. So Rashi quotes from the Tanoim in the Mechilta, she really say Kisei. The throne is Kisei, Chav Samach Aleph. And Yud Kei Vav Kei is the name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why is the Kisei, the Aleph is missing, and the Yud Kei Vav Kei is not spelled? So Rashi quotes a line from the Tanoim, Kol Zman that Amalek is Ba'olam, Ein Hashem Shalom, Ein HaKisei Shalom. What exactly does that mean? So what it means is the following. Amalek Ba'olam means that you have a problem of evil. How come you have Tzadik V'Rala, Rosha V'Tovlo? This is a kasha that Moshe Rabbeinu asked, that all of the prophets asked, that all of the philosophers asked. And everybody asks that kasha. How does HaKadosh Baruch Hu allow such terrible tragedies to occur in the world? There are other religions who believe that there's a God of good and a God of evil. So you can have tragedies in the world. We believe in one God. There are other religions who believe God created the world, but he doesn't pay attention to what's happening. We do believe in that. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does pay attention. He has Hashgacha Pratis. He knows what's happening. Others are not, don't believe that God is good. We believe God is good. So if you believe in one God, he has full control of everything, and he knows everything that's happening, and he's a good God. So you're left with a murderous kasha. How does HaKadosh Baruch Hu allow all of these tragedies to occur? So that's what's called Ein HaKisei Sholem. But Olam Hazeh, that you have all these tragedies occurring, Tzadik V'Rala, Rosha V'Tovlo. So we say, as if the Malchus, as if the Melech has full control of everything, as if Kivayoch, as if HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not in full control. So the Kisei, the throne of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is incomplete. Ein Hashem Sholem. Why is the Yud Kei Vav Kei incomplete? So the name Ko, Yud Kei, is one of the 7 names. Sheva Shem Hashem Nimchok, and one of the 7 names of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that you're not allowed to erase. So the Rambam points out that the name Ko is Miktsas Min Hashem HaMeforesh. Shem HaMeforesh is Yud Kei Vav Kei, and Ko is part. Which part is it? So everybody usually assumes that the first 2 letters of Yud Kei Vav Kei are the name Ko. Rav Soloveitchik said in the name of his father, Rav Moshe Soloveitchik, he doesn't think that that's correct. It's the first Yud and the last Hey is Ko. Why? Because the first Yud, Ya'aseh, Yelech, the Yud always means future. Asa, the Hey at the end, means past. And the Hey Vav in the middle, Yud Kei Vav Kei, Hey Vav in the middle means Hova. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Hova, Hoya Hova V'yihiyeh. So in the past, we saw that HaKadosh Baruch Hu made Nisim and Niflos. He was in full control of everything. In the future, Menachris Hayamim, as Mashiach Bet Kumen, all the wonderful things are going to happen. It'll be clear that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is running the world. But Bahova, the Hova is missing. So the Hey Vav in the middle calls ma that Amalek is Ba'olam. So the Hey Vav in the middle is missing. We believe in the past. All the stories in Tanakh occurred. All the Nisim and Niflos, Hashem showed His Gvura. He created the world, in Siyas Mitzrayim, and all the Nisim and Niflos. And in the future, we believe that Baruch Shalom will do Nisim. But in the present, everything is missing. You don't see HaKadosh Baruch Hu running the world now. That's what we mean when we say Ein Hashem Shalom, Ein HaKisei Shalom, as if Kivayochel, as if HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not in full control of the world. Who is the king over Eretz Yisrael? So we just read in the Parsha, in Parshas Bahar, a few days ago, V'haaretz lo simachal etzmisas kili kol haaretz ki gerim toshavim atem imadi. So the Rishonim explain on the pasuk that kili kol haaretz doesn't mean the whole globe belongs to God. It does. He created the whole world. Kanei shamayim v'haaretz. He created the world and He owns the whole world. But when the pasuk says kili kol haaretz, means Eretz Yisrael belongs to me. V'haaretz lo simachal litzmisus. You can sell New York City litzmisus. It means you can't sell a location in Eretz Yisrael litzmisus. It goes back when it comes Yom Kippur Shel Yovel. The one who owned it originally as a Sder Chuzah gets it back. So when the pasuk says kili kol haaretz, it means Eretz Yisrael belongs to the Rebbeinu Shalom. That's how the Rishonim explained that Great Britain belongs to the Queen of England. I don't know today, but it used to belong to the king. And France belongs to the king of France. Every country belongs to the king of that country. And you have to pay taxes. There's a famous Ran in Hadorim that the theory behind paying taxes, Dina Machusadina, is that if a landlord owns a building, you want to live in his apartment, you have to pay rent to the balabas. So if you want to live in France, you have to. The whole France belongs to the king of France. He has a right to charge you rent. Britain belongs to the king or the queen of England, so they have a right to charge you rent if you want to live in their country. So they have the right to charge you rent in the form of paying income tax. And then some of the Rishonim say, but Eretz Yisrael belongs to the Ribono Shel Olam. He told Bnei Yisrael, Kindalach, I want everybody to live in Eretz Yisrael. We don't have to pay any rent. But that's why the Rishonim said that years ago, when taxation, the tax money that was collected used to be given, it was Manas HaMelech, it was just to enrich the king. So in Eretz Yisrael, you didn't have to pay any taxes, because the Ribono Shel Olam is the king. He owns Eretz Yisrael. He gave us permission to live here, so nobody has the right to charge any taxes. Today, that whole position doesn't apply at all. Today, the taxes are not collected in order to enrich the king, the owner of the country. It's a din of shutfis. All of the people in a city or a state or a country are considered shutfim together. And if the majority decide we want to have highways and we want to have museums and we want to have parks and we want to have water purification and garbage collection and an army to protect us, so these are the needs of the country. So we all have to chip in money together. Whoever doesn't pay taxes is not stealing from the government, it's stealing from the people who do pay taxes. It's not Gezel Akum that you didn't pay Uncle Sam. They're stealing from me. My taxes are higher because of the people who are not paying taxes. So it's Exela from the other people. Today the whole theory behind taxes is totally different. So the Rishonim say, Eretz Yisrael belongs to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Officially, the Ribono Shel Olam is the Melech, the king over Eretz Yisrael. There's a pasuk in Koheles, Ashrech Eretz, Shemalkech Ben Chorin. It's the praises of the country whose king is a free man. What in the world does that mean? Elach Eretz Shemalkech Evet. What do you mean, Ashrech Eretz Shemalkech Ben Chorin? So there's a famous comment in the Zohar on that pasuk. It's the praises of Eretz Yisrael that the king, the official king of Eretz Yisrael, is the Ribono Shel Olam. He's the one who gives freedom to people. He's the one who's Meshachar the Avodim, Eved Ivri, when it comes Yom Kippur Shel Yovel. So we believe HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the Melech. Where is his throne? Where is his capital? So the pasuk in Yirmiyah, Perigimel and Yirmiyah, the pasuk refers to Yerushalayim, is Kisei Hashem. The Asid Lavai, Yerushalayim will be the capital. Al-Pidin, Yerushalayim is the capital. Whatever Congress says, whatever Knesset said is Lamala Ulamur. The Rambam quotes the Halachim, Perek Aleph and Ilchas Malachim. Yerushalayim is officially the capital of Eretz Yisrael. Whether the Israeli government recognizes it or not is irrelevant. So Yerushalayim is referred to today. In the morning we said the Shir Shal Yom. Yerushalayim is referred to Kiryas Melech Rav. It's the capital of the country of the great king. Melech Rav is the Ribono Shel Olam. Ribono Shel Olam is officially the Melech of Eretz Yisrael. The Gemara says the Melech may not be Moichel on his covet. Melech Shemachal Kvod Ein Kvod Machol. So the Rishonim say the reason why is because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Mamlech Melachim V'loi Hamlucha. He's the real king over Eretz Yisrael. Whoever happens to be running the government is only a representative of the Ribono Shel Olam. He's not the real king. So the real king is the Ribono Shel Olam. So the Melech Basa Adam has no right to be Moichel on his covet. He's not the Balabas over here. And the government has to do what the Ribono Shel Olam wants. The government is the arm of the Ribono Shel Olam, who's the official king of Eretz Yisrael. So that's what the Rav Herzog quotes from the Tzlach in the end of Brochas on Daf Nun Ches. The reason why Yerushalayim is always spelled, except for 3 places, in over 650 places in Tanakh, where the name Yerushalayim appears, it's always Chaser, because Yerushalayim is the Kisei Hashem, it's the throne of Hashem. And Kolzman that you have Amalek Ba'olam, Ein HaKisei Shalom, because it looks as if the Malchus is incomplete, as if HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't have control over what's happening in the world. But the day will come, the Gemara says, Lo Silavoi, when Amalek will be wiped out. The Gemara says you have to fulfill 3 mitzvahs in the correct order. First is you have to have Lahamed Lahamelech to establish a Jewish government over all of Eretz Yisrael. Then you have to wipe out Amalek, whoever they happen to be. And after fulfilling those 2 mitzvahs in that correct order, then Livnas Beis HaBchira. Then we have an obligation to build the Beis HaBchira. Kolzman Amalek has not been wiped out. You don't have an obligation to build it. We don't have yet. We haven't yet destroyed Amalek. We don't have an obligation to build the Beis HaBchira now. So the Gemara tells us that Ba'olam Hazeh, we sometimes recite the bracha, Baruch Dainu Emes, because we have the perception as if a great tragedy occurred. 6 million Jews were murdered. It's the tragedy Gadol Mizeh. Greatest tragedy you can imagine. Tortured to death and murdered. That's a tragedy. Say Dain Ha'emes. But the Mishnah says you have to say Dain Ha'emes b'simcha. What do you mean b'simcha? We're supposed to have emunah. Kol ma'adov v'rachmana l'tavav. We're supposed to believe that it's really l'tova, but that's not our perception. So the Nusach HaBracha is recited according to the perception. You say Baruch Dain Ha'emes. Lava, the Gemara tells us, Amalek will be wiped out. And the perception will be that everything is going to be l'tova. We'll never say the bracha Dain Ha'emes Lasi Lava. The Gemara says then the shame will be Shalem, Yud Kevav. We won't use the shame Ko any longer. Because the Hova, even in the present, will see that the Rebbeinu Shalom is the Balabas. And there won't be any need to say the bracha Baruch Dain Ha'emes. The perception will be that everything is l'tova. So when the shame will be Shalem, those are the 3 psukim where Yerushalayim is spelled Mole. When the shame Hashem will be Shalem, then the Kisei Hashem will be Shalem, the shame will be Shalem, and the Kisei will be Shalem. And when our children will get married, after Mashiach will come, we will spell Yerushalayim Mole. This is how the Nadi Yehuda writes in his Sefer. We hope and pray we should be Zeicha. It didn't happen yet this year, maybe next year. Hope and pray that the day will come that we will be spelling Yerushalayim Mole. Chag Sameach.
Thank you very much to Rav Shechter for those wonderful words of Torah and words of bracha. I'd like to announce that Rav Shechter will be giving a shir at the OU Israel Center this Thursday evening at 8 p.m. So those who want to have another opportunity to hear Rav Shechter's Torah this Thursday evening, 8 p.m. at the OU Israel Center. But that is then, and now is now, and we are very excited to continue with our concert, and we are very happy to invite back Yitzchak Meir to continue with our celebrations tonight.
כל כך התפללתי שאותה רוממות שהייתה לנו יחד בתפילה לא תתהדה בכמה דקות מעבר לכאן אבל כבר חז"ל לימדו אותנו שעתידין תיאטראות להפך לבתי כנסיות. אנחנו מציינים גאולה 50 לנס הגדול, אז אולי גם כאן תהיה גאולה והתיאטרון הזה יהפך לבית תפילה. בואו נתפלל יחד. מי מקום חממה כבינו תופיע ותמלוך עלינו ותמלוך עלינו כי מחכים אנחנו לה על מי ימכור לך מלכנו טוב הופיע ותמלוך עלינו ותמלוך עלינו כי מחכים אנחנו לה אז האמת, כמו שאתם שמים לב, מבטא אמריקאי אין לי כל כך, זה לא סתם. אני לא יודע אנגלית. אז כשדיברתי עם הרב ורמן, הוא אמר, רגע, מה נעשה? אמרתי לו, מה הבעיה? אני עוסק בתחום שהוא מעבר למילים, מעבר לשפה. לא צריך לדעת את המילים, לא צריך לדעת את השפה, צריך לדעת את הקצב. אז עכשיו אני מחשר באנגלית. לא, לא ממש, כן? שמעתי את זה? קאנטרי, מכירים? זה בא מארצות הברית. מוכנים? הפקדיך כל היום וכל לילה. שומרים הפקדיך כל היום וכל הלילה.
תירוש אותם בראש בנדם, ימצאו בך מיד. כל אחד לך, יש לך כנפי רוח, יש לך כנפי רוח, ונשארים אווירים, אל תכחש בה, וכחשו בך, תירוש אותם לראש בן אדם, וימצאו לך מיד.
ציינת את יום ירושלים ולא שרת ירושלים של זהב, כמעט יצא שעשית את פסח בלי לומר פסח מצה ומרור. זכתה נעמי שמר בתחושה שלי במעין רוח הקודש, והורידה לנו כמעט, והייתי אומר, פיוט נשגב שכזה. זה לא משהו ששרים אותו, זה משהו שמתפללים אותו.
במות המגי כיכר השוק ריקה ודורש את הר הבית בעיר העתיקה ובמערות אשר בסלע מייללות רוחות ואין יורד אל בבואי היום לשיר לך ולך לקשור כתרים קטונתי מצעיר בניי ומאחרון המשוררים כי שמך אוהבת השפתיים כי נשיכת אם אשכחך ירושלים אשר כולה זהב ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור עד אור לכל שירייך אני ואיזה כיף חזרנו אל בורות המים לשוק ולכיכר שופר קורא מהר הבית בעירה כיכר ובמערות אשר בסלע שמשות דורכות נחשוב נראה ים המלח כדרך יריחו ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור עד אז נעמי שמר כותבת לנו את הפיוט הזה, והוא מופיע בעיתון מיד עם התוספת של הבית האחרון. מופיע בעיתון, ואל תיסע מצרפת לישראל, נמצא יהודי שכולנו מכירים, רב בן ציון שנקר, אדמו"רם של ניגונים חסידיים. לא יודע, אני מתקשה לדמיין את הכיפה שיש לי על הראש בלי מזמור לדוד. עזבו את הכיפה. איך היה נראה שלום בית של כולנו בלי אשת חיל מי? הכל שנקר הלחין. והוא נמצא על המטוס ורואה את השיר הזה שכותבת נעמי שמר. הוא אומר, רגע, אבל צריך גם משהו משלנו. צריך משהו מתוך התפילה. ולירושלים עירך ברחמים תשוב, ושם, ב-67, כשהוא חוזר לארץ במיוחד, הוא בא לביקור במיוחד לכבוד שחרור הכותל, הוא אומר, אני אבוא עם ירושלים של זהב היא שלי. והשיר שיצא, אתם בוודאי מכירים. לירושלים עירך ברחמים
תשוב ותשכון בתוכה ותשכון בתוכה כאשר דיברת לירושלים עירך ברחמים תשוב ותשכון בתוכה ותשכון בתוכה כאשר דיברת
ועכשיו, יש לי את הזכות לא להתפלל כאן לבד, אלא לצרף אליי בעל תפילה גדול, איש יהודי שאני מאוד מאוד אוהב. האמת שכשהוא שר קודם אני ישבתי יחד איתכם, משום מה לא ראו אותי, כי חשוך וגם אני ככה לבוש שחור, אבל יחד איתכם נהניתי. גבירותיי ורבותיי, שוב והצטרף אלינו שלמה כץ.
ויובאו העובדים מארץ אשור והנידחים מארץ מצרים. ובאו העובדים מארץ אשור והנידחים מארץ מצרים. והשתחוו לשם בהר הקודש, והשתחוו לשם בהר הקודש, והשתחוו לשם בהר הקודש, והשתחוו לשם בהר הקודש. בירושלים, 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 Yerushalayim, Uvau Ha'ovdim, whoever comes that's lost, comes to Yerushalayim, and suddenly he's found. Yerushalayim is a place that you meet a lot of really special people that end up becoming your friends. And you only know them for a few minutes, but you feel like they're your best friends. So there's a friend that I just met, we all just met about 10 minutes ago. Seems like a very, very sweet person. And like an old friend that we just didn't have the time to get to know yet. But we want to call him up on stage. Akiva the Believer. Where are you, Akiva? Give a big round of applause for Akiva on the percussion.
עוד שיר ממישהו שלימד אותנו להתפלל על ירושלים. מעניין שמבין כל התפילות וכל הלחנים שלו על ירושלים, הוא אמר שדווקא עם השיר הזה הוא רוצה לקבל את המשיח.
ויקולי בוי אוהלה ואלמה Aya, חיות.
וברכב ותר ותימיה שפעה קדמה להחוויה
אוי שמחי נסעדה צפרה ורמשה לחרה קדישה לימדה כל נפשה ידין קדישי ובני נשה חייבס ברבבה ויופי שמיים Put your hands together. This is a nigun that I had the privilege of composing on a Friday night, and I was a guest in someone's house. What happens when you receive a nigun at a Shabbos table Friday night and you don't want to forget it? You drive your balabos meshuggah because you sing it all Shabbos. You sing it all Shabbos non-stop because you don't want to forget it. So I was in someone's house, and came down Friday night. I sang it for every Zemmer Friday night at the table. I was chazan the next morning. I sang it for Yimkomcha, Kelot, everything. Just so I couldn't forget it. But I'm really happy I didn't forget it. So if you know this nigun, please sing with me. And hopefully, Be'ez Hashem, continue the spirit of opening all the chomos that are still locked in front of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Yitzhak Meir and Shlomo Katz. Ladies and gentlemen, when you leave the hall tonight, which will not be for a little while because we have more excitement and music to come, but when you leave the hall tonight, everybody here will be given one of these very special documents. This is the OU Israel Annual Report for 2016, and we would like you to read it because it has a lot of very interesting things in it. For example, many people here are familiar with some of the programs of the OU Israel Center, the center itself in Keren HaYesod and maybe Torah Tidbits. But very few people here are aware of quite how many programs and people the OU Israel reaches. For example, with NCSY, with teenagers, with special needs children, with Yachad, in summer camps, with Camp Dror, with Birthright, with OU Israel Free Spirit, helping and working with the IDF in Mashiv Haruach, and of course with special needs and teens at risk, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, some very important programs in Oraita and the Zula and others. So we would like to encourage you to read this, but we know that it's going to be difficult for people to do that l'shem shamayim, and therefore we'd like to incentivize you to read it, because one and only one of these OU Israel Center annual reports will have a special voucher in it for a if, like my wife and I, Agas V'Tapuach is one of your favorite restaurants, you will want to read every page of the OU Israel annual report, just in case the voucher is hiding away right at the back. So please, everybody, take one when you leave. And we'd like to thank Agas V'Tapuach for the very generous donation of the voucher to their wonderful restaurant. I'd like to speak to you just for a couple of minutes before I introduce the next video about one of those programs that I mentioned, which is a program called the Zula. The Zula is a program for teens at risk. The Pearl and Harold Jacob Zula Outreach Center is a safe haven in Yerushalayim for at-risk teens and young adults, mostly from Datilumi backgrounds who, for a wide variety of reasons, feel disconnected from traditional settings. Typically, participants are out of touch with their own families and teachers and are often experiencing a crisis of faith. Many are involved in substance abuse and other antisocial behaviors. And the Zula is a safe haven where they can begin a long process of return and recovery. For many of these young people, the Zula is the only place in the country that they can turn to. Music is a very powerful tool that helps the dedicated Zula staff to connect with the youth, and music enables the Zula participants to express themselves true to who they really are. Now, many of the teens who come to the Zula have musical backgrounds, either instrumental or vocal, and they've demonstrated a very strong desire to develop that creativity and self-expression through music at the Zula. And it's my great pleasure now to enable us all to see a video, to introduce a short video showing the work of the Zula, and a very special visit to the Zula a few days ago by Yitzhak Meir and Shlomo Katz. And immediately after the video, we will have the special opportunity to hear from Rabbi Avi Berman, who is the executive director of the OU Israel Center. Rabbi Berman will speak to us about the critical work of the OU Israel. But now let's watch a video about the special work done at the Zula.
As the executive director of OU Israel, one of my biggest challenges is trying to take that unbelievable, special feeling that's happening way behind the scenes, inside the Zula, inside the clubs across the country, and bring it into that office of a future investor. Bring it into that office of a person that really cares about what's happening in the state of Israel, really cares what happens on the streets of Yerushalayim, and explain what is happening in that unique, unbelievable place called the Zula, or Raita, or any of the other programs that we have. I decided to do something cool. I decided to ask two people that are very, very special to the Jewish people. Shlomo Katz and Yitzhak Meir. I decided to ask them to come with me to the Zula, to come with me, sit down, pull out the guitars, play with the guys, sit with them for a few hours, then come out and tell me how they feel.
שמלווה אותי כשאני יוצא מהזולה הנפלאה הזו, זה שאם היה לי אומץ, אז לא הייתי אומר עכשיו כלום, פשוט הייתי שותק. נקודת ההקשבה, לא להגיד, להקשיב, לא להוציא, להפנים, לפתוח את הלב. גם כאדם מבוגר הייתי שמח שהיה לי מקום כזה. מה שנקרא, אמר לי הרב ברמן, אהבה בלתי תלויה, ואיזה יופי, לתת לנערים ונערות מיוחדים ומיוחדות כל כך. בפרק הזמן הכל כך מאתגר הזה, את אותה הקשבה, את אותה אהבה להיות תלויה. פשוט נפלא.
Of yesterday, the world of tomorrow, the world of everything. A place where the shamas are actually searching for something. And they find it here, and it's hard for me to really figure out what just happened in there. That's the truth. I can't really, it's hard to swallow it. I just know that it's Thursday night tonight. My Shabbos, boy, b'shalom, everything's different now. Everything looks different. Everything feels different. I just feel like I thought I saw it all. You know? I thought I was privileged. To do good things, to see big things, to be part of good things. I'm humbled beyond my wildest dreams, and I'm thankful beyond my wildest dreams. There are a lot of dreams down there, and there's some people here that are making people learn, teaching them how to dream again, because they stopped dreaming. I saw people in there. It looks like they stopped dreaming a long time ago, and they're learning how to dream again. That's what Yerushalayim, that's what Chazan Einenu was all about for so many years. We should have a place to go back to where we could learn how to dream again. People here. I'm not even don't even say. I just pray that I can be part of whatever's happening here for the rest of my life. And I don't say that lightly, and I mean it.
It was almost 20 years ago when the yeshuv right outside Yerushalayim, there was a family that merited to have a girl after 3 boys, a long-awaited girl, and this girl came into the family, and there was tremendous, tremendous simcha. And the family decides to put on a big kiddush, the Shabbos that they're naming the daughter. And the grandparents come, the parents are there, and it's a beautiful simcha. They decide to name the daughter Tamar, named after her great-grandmother. Little do those parents know that 16 years later, because she didn't match with the school that she was in, and because her parents didn't know how to deal with it, this Tamar would find herself on the streets of Yerushalayim, kicked out of school. and completely lost. Started out sleeping every night at a different friend's house until eventually she finds herself sleeping on the streets. Baruch Hashem, she heard about the Zula, just like every other Dati Leumi kid in this country, and she decides to walk into the Zula. Less than a minute goes by, and our social worker Zahavit comes over to her, gives her a big hug, asks her what her name is, who she is, and sits down with her and talks to her. A week later, Tamar comes back again, and she says, I came back for some more love. And once again, Chetzroni, Zahavit, sit down with Tamar and give her once again a tremendous amount of attention, a tremendous amount of love. It took about a year till we convinced Tamar to get back in touch with her family, till we convinced her to go back into school. But thank God Tamar finished high school. She got her Tudat Bagrut. That we had Zahavit, we had Chetzroni, and we had the other 21 staff members in the Zula to be there for Tamar. The Zula takes in 2,500 kids every single month. 2,500 kids. And those that, thank God, are able to get the attention like Tamara, thank God we're able to save them. Over 90% of the kids that we're in touch with in the Zula finish, go to Yeshivot Hesder, go to Shirut Leumi, go to Mechinot, or go to the army. 90%. But I stand there and I look at those that walk into the Zula, and I try to be there every other week. They walk into the Zula, and the other 21 staff members are busy talking to others, and they walk around, and sometimes it takes 10 minutes, and sometimes it takes an hour, and they don't get the attention. And then they pick up and they walk out, and only God knows what's going to be with them. I had the schus this past summer of taking Rav Hershel Shechter and the Rebbetzin to the Zula. We finished a late radio interview on Motzei Shabbos in Reshet Bet Zichrono Livracha. And at 1 o'clock in the morning when we walk out, Rav Shechter says, so where are we going now? And I said, Rav Shechter, you in the mood to go to the Zula? So Rav Shechter says, okay. And we go to the Zula, and Rav Shechter goes from kid to kid, giving endless love and endless attention and divrei Torah and divrei chizuk to the kids there, and then sitting down with Rav Pinchas Rubenstein and getting the entire Torah of what the Zula is all about, and how we accept and love every single kid, no matter how many earrings they have and how many piercings they have and how many tattoos they have and what their hair looks like and what they dress like. I came over to Rav Shechter and I said, Rav Shechter, is it okay that I mention that you came to the Zula? And if yes, what could I say? And Rav Shechter says, please tell them that we all have a chrayus to take care of these kids. In that annual report that you're going to be getting when you walk out, there's also going to be an envelope. I ask you to please make sure we don't have kids walking out of the Zula without getting that love and attention that they need. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you everybody for putting this on, my unbelievable staff. Thank you so much.
And I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all the wonderful people at the OU Israel Center staff, Rabbi Berman, David Katz, Rabbi Shaw, many, many, many others that worked to put on this very special evening. Thank you very much indeed. It's been amazing. And it's not over yet, because it's my very great pleasure to invite back to the stage our wonderful musicians, Shlomo Katz, Yitzhak Meir, and their band.
השבעתי אתכם בנס ירושלים אם תצאו אז דייני מה תגידו השבעתי אתכם בנות ירושלים אם תמצאו את דודי מה תגידו לו שחוי לס אהבה אני שחוי לס אהבה אני ומה תגידו לו שחוי לס שכל Hoy me
שלומי רשלבך חזר לנו לשמוח ביום ירושלים. שלומי רשלבך תופים.
Akiva on the percussion.
לא כינור גדול, לא צ'לו, יהודה לבבי קונטרבאס. ולמצטרף על סקספון חובב לנדו. ערן קליין.
אם אשכחך ירושלים, תשכח ימיני, תדבק לשוני לחיכים, לא אזכרכי. תנו לנו את הזכות להזמין אלינו לשיר החותם, כאן לבמה, את הרב אבי ברמן, את הרב שכטר ואת הרב גוד, לשיר איתנו יחד, אם אשכחך ירושלים, יחד איתכם. את הרבנים הזמנו, הם בטח ישירו, אבל יש מישהו אחד שבטח לא נוותר לו על השיר, הוא יפתח גם את השיר, צבי סן.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very special thanks to Yitzchak Meir, Shlomo Katz, and of course to our Choshev Rosh Yeshiva and Rabbonim for leading us in every way. Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is almost over. I have 4 very short announcements to make. The first one is to please remind everybody when they leave to take their annual report and read it when you get home and look for your parallel Merila, your Agas v'Tapuach voucher. The second announcement is to remember to fill in the Moriah raffle tickets, which will be for the draw on Thursday evening. There will be a draw of 5 more beautiful pieces for the Moriah raffle. The third announcement is that we will be tonight drawing 2 of those pieces, and therefore it gives me great pleasure to call up Michael Ellman, who is the OU Israel chair on the OU International Board, who will be bringing up the raffle tickets and drawing our raffle of 2 beautiful pieces tonight. Vakasha. Okay, who will be the lucky winners? Okay. We're picking 2. 2 tonight and 5 on Thursday. Okay, would you like to announce our lucky winners?
The first lucky winner is Shulamit Isaacs. And the second lucky winner is Naomi Khan.
Yasher Koach, and as I said, Mazel Tov to you and a few more on Thursday. So thank you everybody for coming and sharing with this beautiful evening with us. And we'd like to end with Hatikva, which we will sing together. Maybe the Rosh Yeshiva would like to sing Hatikva. Good evening to everybody and safe journey home. Thank you for coming.